Hello traders, Pecanzington from Gold Metal Penny Stocks here tonight, and I want to talk to you about the stock chart for ASAE, ASAP Expo Incorporated, which is an OTCBB traded stock. So tomorrow I'm expecting some pretty big momentum on this one because I know there's a lot of big groups moving in. A lot of groups are alerting this pick, but as you can see from the chart, it's not a play that has been really front-loaded by any means by looking at the volume. So it looks like a pretty fresh ticker. It's a new issue. Been watching the level 2 here for a couple days. I don't actually own shares yet. I'm looking to load some tomorrow. And I know this is a non-compensated alert. So there's chances are that groups will help bring some momentum in, and that's what we're watching for here tomorrow. But chart-wise, what I want to talk about would be, first of all, we've got a symmetrical triangle here. It's pretty clear to see, but I'll go ahead and draw it out anyway. I'll send that other line a little bit, but as you can tell, we broke out through that top trend line on this symmetric triangle. And a symmetric triangle is a continuation pattern, so breaking up out of that is pretty much saying that we're going to continue our strong uptrend. And we can tell we're in an uptrend again because our RSI it's really high right now, which would be alarming, other than the fact that this is a new issue stock. So there's not much previous data to be going off of. It's kind of hard to tell relative strength already. So we're not going to pay attention to that right now. Another thing we want to point out really quickly is that since it's such a new issue, we're currently seeing a lot of the lower period moving averages are sitting below the price per share, and those are going to be more significant than the long period ones because really there hasn't been enough data accumulated to accurately measure those yet. So pay attention to averages like the 13 EMA, which is at about 5.6 cents. So we're well above that right now. And you can see our range is tightening in up here at about 8 cents and 7 cents. So another thing I want to point out would be the volume of this symmetrical triangle here. You'll notice that at first it was really strong, and it's just kind of gradually shrunk down. That's a nice sign that we've been consolidating here, and things could easily get explosive with this breakout of the upper trend line of the symmetrical triangle. Another thing to quickly point out here would be that the Bollinger Bands for a brief period of time actually traded within the Keltner channels while consolidating, and this is a sign of strong consolidation. And generally when the Bollinger Bands break out like they have right here, you can see they busted out of the Keltner channels, and it was back here for this band. It kind of stayed low but kind of busted out up here. That's a sign that generally a pretty big move happens after a break of the Bollinger Bands out of the Keltner channels. So the consolidation looks like it's about over. With some volume, this should move with really a lot of ease. The level 2 is extremely thin on this, and there's really not much resistance here. We're already trekking up to new highs, so the sky is kind of the limit here, and that's on low volume too. Another thing I want to point out is that our parsar, which is these little dots over here, these blue little dots, that is a trend direction lagging indicator, and you can see that it's currently below the price per share, and that generally is a buy signal for a lot of people. And if it's on top of the price per share, it's generally a short signal. It's a good time to short if it's above the price per share, a good time to buy if it's below the price per share is kind of the rule of thumb. It's just a general rule of thumb there. We'll talk about the MACD histogram, bullish. MACD in general is bullish. We're spiking up here. Looking great, looking for a signal line crossover once this MACD blue line right here, this blue line, once that slows its uptrend, the signal line, which is the white line, is going to cross over it, and it's going to be a bullish crossover to just kind of confirm the bullish momentum takeover. You can see the Acume dist is in a very obvious uptrend. The OBV, unbalanced volume, is about to start agreeing here. We'd had this little downtrend, but we're starting to trend up again, and once those are in agreement, that's a very good sign of accumulation and that the volume's confirming the accumulation. So the next indicator to point out is again the CMF, Chaikin money flow, good retail accumulation indicator. You can see we're currently sitting at 0.47. 0.4 is considered extremely bullish. So the fact that we're sitting this far above that is a good sign. There's been a lot of accumulation since the issue, and I mean, it's been in a steady uptrend here, so there's definitely interest moving in here. But again, it doesn't look front-loaded to me by any means. The Williams %R has just hit overbought, which is actually a bullish sign on this indicator, as long as it can stay consistently within that overbought range. Just another bullish sign there. So we've got a lot of bullish looking things so far. The ADX, new issue again, so that the data is not fully there yet, but we can see that the downtrend of the overall trend strength indicator, which is this blue ADX line, has gradually begun to slow down its downtrend and kind of curl up at the bottom, indicating that it could soon switch back up. And it actually technically is still within the area of relevance, which is above 20. So the trend is relevant. We've got the plus DI, which is the green line, above that ADX line here. So you can see that the trend is indeed bullish. And again, the ADX was actually designed by the same guy that designed the PARSAR, which is this blue lagging trend direction indicator, and they're agreeing with each other. So that's a very bullish sign there. The ROC is spiked up. That's a volatility indicator. It's looking good. And the TRIX is, again, about to look for a bullish curl up here. So we should see these quickly turn around and move up pretty hard as bulls move in and bring in some volume, some buying volume off the ask. So ASAE on watch tomorrow. Good luck trading it. Again, I'm not a licensed financial professional, so this video is for entertainment purposes only, and please don't take anything in this video as a buy or sell recommendation, because that's definitely not what I'm doing. I can't be held liable for any of your investment decisions. Thanks. Good luck.